I've been watching over over the Facebook and stuff, and with your mask, man. Why don't you tell us about the mask first? But hold on, before we do that, do you want to just tell everybody a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into that?
I was born and raised in Brooklyn. I'm a self-proclaimed artist. I went to art school, but that didn't teach me a damn thing. But it just, it made me who I am today. I just I kept it up with my artistic ability, and I actually managed to make things. I like to make stuff, so I'm not only just a comic book artist, I'm a graffiti artist, I'm a painter, I'm a sculpture artist. Been doing this since I was a baby. Since I was out the womb, I was already the little creepy weird kid.
Well, the latest thing that everyone's been Artex is working on is this mask that he's made. That like, oh man, do you want to show the mask, dude? Because like, I was watching you build it. We watched you, set about creating it, and then laying down the latex and stuff, and now it's all painted up.
Yeah, this was intended for a full head mask, and
right.
The mold is one of the toughest things to do. And I ended up keeping the front part because the back part didn't work out so well. But this looked like it was meant to be. So I had gotten a medieval leather hood that actually looked just like the character's hoodie. This is like a battle damage version of an MK fighting game character, which I designed myself. And this here, it's just the front shell. This is like burlap infused latex.
Right.
So it's like,
one thing I was wondering when you're showing these off, like, is there like a place that people can directly get in touch with you and say, hey, I want to buy this mask off you. How do I get in touch with you, and how do I get one of these? Because like, look, there are many cosplayers out there in the world, right? This is our scene, right? Pop culture, horror, comic book, movie thing, and now you've got an amazing creation that this is your jam, right? So how do they get hold of you and get one of these for themselves?
Well, I'm building it now, and I'm trying to get at least a good dozen so I can be stocked and not overstocked, because these are not cheap. They're not cheap. They're not something you're going to go get at Hallmark or at Spirit of Halloween and spend $20 and be happy with it. No. This mask is going to have some bells and whistles. It also has like the fox leather hoodie. Is going to have a sound with it, like where you can press it and have the character say something, or you can record your own saying to it. It's going to have some LED lights where you could push some smoke out of it and have the light, accentuate it so it looks a little creepier. If I do a close up, you can see that the masks do have holes in the. You see that? Let me see if I can get a nice little angle.
Right. So is that for breathing, or
well, yes. Breathing is a very important thing with these masks if you're going to wear them for a while.
Yeah.
So this is for display and wear.
Right.
So there's little holes all over this here and here. All this thing here got holes. You can see the detail and the holes.
Yeah, Nugget is saying, freaky mask, and like, if you, Nugget's a channel friend, so if you, and also he's a caricature artist, right, based in Wellington, so he's seen a few masks over the years, with all these conventions he's go to. He's over at everything, all over the place, seeing cosplayers and stuff. So yeah, I think he's right. These are awesome work, man. Like, and the other thing here is like, I find breathing really useful.
Yeah. Somebody passed out at a cosplay. What's going
Oh,
on?
dude, here's the thing, right? I built my own cosplay for a character called, let me just pop this out here. A character called no, I forgot his name. Manji, Blade of the Immortal, right? So for that, I had to basically, I'm a samurai. Oh no, sorry, yeah, I'm a samurai, like a Ronin, right? Someone who's like left the master and all that. So if you guys have ever watched Blade of the Red Blade of the Immortal, or the early 90s anime, and then like the 2000s anime remake of that, and also a live action movie, right? Like seriously, it's one of the classics. It was the first Western anime to go to Dark Horse. So Manji is one of the classics. I actually have Blade of the Immortal comic books, and it was one of, like, for me, it was the first one that I read as a manga, right? And it's had a huge influence on my life afterwards. I made like art pieces, mosaic art pieces, where I actually had scenes from little panels made into little, big, huge, I guess about 60 by 40 centimeters size panels, and even larger, of mosaics with samurais fighting. And so with when you look at with the reason I'm talking about that is because that was my first cosplay I made from ground up, right? Like from apart from the shoes, this leather sandals, and this, right? Where is it? And the so it's and the wig, I should say, so samurai wig, the long hair and all tied up. I made everything else. Like I had to sew the costume, the coat, the kimono, right? Yeah, and also I had the swastika, not the swastika, the swastika on the back in black and white.
Yeah.
So if you've ever seen that character Manji, let me see if I can bring it up. Blade of the Immortal, it's magic. It's a real, and it's a good segue to this because it's about horror, right? It's a horror manga. It's about a guy who can't die, and he's had a spell, a curse put onto him by a witch, and so every time he gets cut up, or like he gets cut to pieces, his body gets put together by these immortal worms, and it's really full on. And it's a really graphic, adult content manga. Cook it down, be well, and catch you later.